Hello, everybody. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 5 tournament. We got the lower bracket round 1 for you today. It's Game 2 between Sir Kilp and Fig. Commentating first, we have Armageddon and Butterlord, and tracking is Snacks. Say hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hello. Hope everyone's good.
Hope everyone's ready for some hype Wind Waker rando. Game 2 of Sir Kilp versus Fig.
This is true. And the last game was a little bit of a wild ride, so I guess we'll see what this one has in store for us.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth between Kilp and Fig, so interesting to see what's going to happen next. Just waiting for them to get started, but we'll be there in a sec.
I was gonna say, I wish I had more to say right now, but I'm just kind of waiting for it to start, but we got like 20 seconds until we're good. That's so tragic, Snacks. All right.
It really is.
Here we are. And the streams are synchronizing for me.
Well, we're getting there. For those who didn't watch the first game, Kilp currently has 1 game over Fig. So if Kilp wins this one, then he'll be moving on. And since this is loser's bracket, Fig would be knocked out of the tournament after this if he were to lose this. But we don't know. This could have a game 3 after.
Also funny that we spawned that flight control platform, which doesn't really help anything.
Yeah. Season 4 settings, this would have been a cool thing, but unfortunately not in this.
Interesting that Kilp opted to warp to Windfall and then read the hints, which is an interesting strat.
Yeah, early Windfall. Interesting. Could be cool, could be weird.
Yeah, since the meta typically is, do a lot of other things and then come to Windfall later, so you have more things to do things. And especially if you're me, where you love to gamble hide and seek.
Yeah, Butter's definitely known for just not doing hide and seek for hours.
And yeah, in case anyone wasn't paying attention, we have our 3 dungeons as Dragon Roost, Forsaken Fortress, and Wind Temple, which I would say is a set I would be happy to see.
Yeah, those are pretty speedy ones, especially just any of the first, 3 dungeons of the game. Well, DRC, Forbidden Woods, and Forsaken Fortress are really cool dungeons to have just because of how fast you can go through them.
And we know Bird's Peak is into dead, and so peeking the top of Cliff Plateau is really good there, because then if you see that's dead, then you don't have to bother about storing the chest inside here. But since that one up top on Cliff Plat is spiky, Fig will be storing this one inside regardless of what it is. Also, yeah, Crystal, we saw that earlier. Light arrows at Fire Mountain. We're like, wow. Every time.
Yep. Happens more often than not, somehow. And a lot more recently, for no reason at all.
I guess the difference being this time is that it was actually hinted at least, so it's you just at least have that info.
Yeah. Instead of just not wanting to do Fire Mountain just because of how long of a check it takes, and finding out later that it ends up being light arrows. Really cool.
Okay, so Fig stored something, so ideally, it's something we can easily figure out. We know it's not hookshot.
Who's delivery bag?
Okay.
We started with grapple as well, which can be interesting. It's definitely nice for having DRC as a dungeon.
Also, very interesting that Kilp starting off with hide and seek with the Lenzo door cancel storage.
Yeah, that is interesting. It could be cool if they voided.
Bruh.
No. Oh my gosh.
Well,
really cool. I wonder what they're gonna do now. Yeah, the idea with Lenzo Door Cancel is you store the text of King of Red Lions and then open a door, and when you're opening a door, your hitbox basically turns into nothing, which allows you to like walk through things and climb up walls pretty quickly. And they were gonna use that to get into Lenzo's house, so we can check the top 2 chests, which, if Pictobox is in a wild place, then that could be a cool thing to get super early. Oh, and they're doing it again, so we might be able to see it.
Yeah, well, hide and seek's already initiated, so he's gonna be trying to get in here blind, I guess.
Yeah. Which could be a play if they know how to do it well.
Yeah, thankfully you can like pause and you can see for a brief second during the pause. Unless if they know a blind setup. In Season 4, before the hints, there was a blind setup that worked pretty consistent for me, and I am not aware if there's one currently. Also, a little small detail, I don't know if anyone noticed that Fig checked Mesa's house, and it was a light brown chest, but he opened it anyways because he was probably hoping for a orange or silver rupee, which is nice, because then you just have money and don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, and for people who are new to Wind Waker Rando, we have chest content matches the type of the chest. Similar, basically the same idea as like OOT and MM having chest content matches the size. If anything is in a spiky chest, normally that has some sort of important item. There are some cases, like in this case for this seed, all of the pearls aren't important at all, though those still will be in spiky chests, so there's some times where it's not a super cool item, though other times where normally it ends up being something cool, or something that will lead to another thing that's cool, like mail or whatnot.
Yeah, except for Frore's Pearl in the case of the pearls, where, unless mail is hinted at, of course, Frore's Pearl will always give you the mail check, which can be something, potentially.
That is the only pearl, currently. That could be cool.
And that is correct, CDI. Yeah, so when Fig got hookshot earlier and stored the delivery bag inside the first island he went to at Cliff Plateau, they were both spiky chests, which contain those items. So, yeah, so things you will not see in a spiky chest in these settings is like treasure charts, Triforce charts, money, heart pieces, or containers. Unfortunately, we also don't see Hero's Charm in spike chests. It's truly tragic.
Actually the best item in the game.
Also, Sir Kilp eventually getting the blind door cancel storage into Lenzo's top door, thankfully, but tragically they were both nothing, which seems to be whenever like I'm playing Seeds or maybe watching Seeds, maybe it's a curse where both chests just are dead.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate too, because Pictobox could just be a super low tier or low sphere check, and doing that could be more of a time loss than knowing something early, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay, and Fig got a boomerang, which isn't as cool to get if you don't have Forbidden Woods. That's definitely the place where it gets the most use out of, but you can definitely still get uses out of it for sure.
Yeah, it's logically it would be a required item since the game expects you to have boomerang for the end of the game for Puppet Ganon, but normally we don't end up using that. Snipes are too cool.
Yeah.
More hide and seek. Your favorite thing, Butter.
I am thrilled, as we can see. Yeah, there is a prediction going right now if you want to bet your points on who you think will win. And we're currently getting my favorite thing, double windfall. I don't believe Kilp has been inside House of Wealth, and it looks like the free chest is spiky from what I could tell.
Ingle having money, and Mila having bombs.
Mila, Maggie.
Yeah, that one. They start with an M, they're the same person. And
True.
Ghost Ship chart. So likely our windfall to Helmarock hint was bombs. So it kind of has to be that, but there could be some other things at windfall as well.
Would be likely. Interesting that Fig didn't opt to open the Ghost Ship chart immediately. At least that's something I always do, just open Ghost Ship chart as soon as I get it, just so I don't have to worry about not having it open later.
Yeah, normally whenever I get it, if I forget about it, I'll forget that I have it, and then I'll see it on my tracker and think, oh, I've probably been near this multiple times and just haven't done it.
Man, Kilp jump slashing up that ledge and almost jump slash down into the water. That would have been tragic. Also, I meant to mention this earlier, but when Kilp did do the door cancel to get into Lenzo's house early, unless Pompey and Vera check is hinted dead, if you're doing that without a Picto box, it can be a little sketchy, because then going back there later inside that top door again to do the Pompey and Vera check can be something you might not want to do. Because you're doing all that for one check versus like 3 checks, including the 2 left and right chests.
Yeah, having Picto for that can be cool, because if those 2 chests at the top of Lenzo's house end up being nothing, then you still have one more thing that could be behind Picto.
Mm-hmm.
And also Menenko could be something, so if you at least have one of them, then Menenko could be another thing, and you don't have to worry about having a Picto box. On the subject of hide and seek, I believe Iron Boots were behind it, which will be needed for this, most likely. We do have Wind Temple as a dungeon.
True. Wind Temple being the one thing where we do hard need Iron Boots. In this game, Iron Boots have many ways you can skip their intended uses. Except for Wind Temple.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I think it's interesting to note that Hookshot was behind Leaf, because I'm pretty sure it was the top of Cliff Plateau. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
So, it does make me wonder where Leaf is.
Yo, I wasn't paying attention. Sir Kilp has magic armor. Okay, I think Sir Kilp might win this based on that alone.
True. Your Fig has Oh, God, what's gonna happen? We don't know now.
Anyone can win now. That's so good.
Okay. Well, maybe someone will find not magic armor. We just found that. Maybe someone will find Hero's Charm, and we'll really find out who's gonna win.
True. And as we are all aware, if you find Hero's Charm and do not equip it at some point, you do automatically get DQ'd, of course.
Yeah. As we're all aware, collectively. We all do know this. Actual Mila having Note to Mom.
Yeah.
Bomb Mail giving a Tingle statue. Yeah, Tingle wasn't hinted at, so we could have something at Tingle. It does depend on where the statues are that makes that a bit more likely.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out with time.
Alright, and we both have bombs and Master Sword, so what are the odds potentially Vanilla Hammer?
I mean, that could be cool. It was from Tot. Yeah, the one sword we have, or know about at least.
Yo, this kid has crazy jukes.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, that was interesting. Fig caught that kid, and at the same time, talked to one of the other kids. I've never seen that little interaction.
Yeah. It's the Iron Boots for Fig.
And since they have grapple and bombs, they can full clear Cliff Plateau in one trip, which is very nice. Or paw print. Anyways.
Yeah, that one. The one to the right of Windfall. The cool one. Super nice to be able to clear paw print too. Just because if you have to come back for it and you know there's a spiky chest up there, it's just like, man, I don't want to go back to paw print. It's like a warp probably to Windfall and then sail over.
Yeah.
A lot of extra sailing.
Yep. Okay, we're going to get to see if Ghost Ship gives anything cool from Sir Kilp. This is one place, fighting the pose without light arrows or mirror shield is one place where I actually opt to use Boomerang often, because you can just kind of mash Boomerang real quick and knock their lantern out of their hand real quick, but spin attacks also working quite good.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like Kilp went from Windfall straight to Crescent Moon to get Ghost Ship and that, instead of going to Paw Print first, which is more of the typical routing you see people do.
Yeah, I think it was already nighttime for him, so he was like, well, I might as well just do this real quick.
And
could be a good play.
Yeah, and Ghost Ship was nothing. I missed if they peaked or not, and I guess they didn't. Unless they mispeaked and thought it was something, maybe.
Big finding 3 Tingle statues so far.
I bonk into that same tree way more often than I feel like I should.
Same. 4 Tingle statues. One of them being behind bombs.
True. Which bombs was from Maggie?
Somewhere. Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to say Mila because you said Mila, but like,
yes, no. Let's go. And a shield behind bombs as well.
Okay. And we do need 1 shield to beat the game.
Yeah, we don't need both. Thankfully, in Rando, you only need 1. For the final boss, normally you would have Mirror Shield. But in Rando, if you at least have 1 shield, then it just acts like Mirror Shield for deflecting the last light arrow at Ganon.
Yeah. I assume the game just checks, oh, do you have shield? Yep, okay, let's reflect it.
Yep.
Okay. Big doing Dragon Roost Island. We do have Dragon Roost Cavern as one of our dungeons. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't do it yet, just because of the fact that he doesn't have Leaf or Bow, which makes it much faster.
Yeah, you can do a lot of cool things in DRC. Probably the popular one, just doing a lot of things backwards. You can shoot like the top platform that shoots up in like the main room of DRC, and you can go up basically backwards through the entire temple, though it is possible without Leaf. It's a lot more dumb without Leaf.
Also, Fig got Command Melody on Wind Shrine, which also, since we have Wind Temple, that is also a hard required item.
Yeah, if it were potentially Earth Temple or the Tower of the Gods, we would not necessarily need Command Melody, although for Earth Temple it would make it a lot nicer to have Command Melody. Spiky chest behind Fly Across, another leaf-locked item.
Yeah, and thankfully for the boulder chest that Fig stored is nothing, so we don't have to worry about what that might possibly be.
I'm assuming so far the Leaf is probably in Forsaken Fortress, though I'm not sure if anyone will go there anytime soon if they don't have Hammer.
True. I mean, we do have Forsaken Fortress to Goma hint, so it does make sense to go there before Dragon Roost by logic sense. Like, if anyone was me playing this seed, I would, for free, be dipping Forsaken Fortress, because it's definitely not out of the question to have Hammer be there.
Yeah. Also, definitely not out of the question to for a hint being Forsaken Fortress on the way to Goma, that being Leaf is 100% not out of the question. It's probably the thing that is there, but because it could be another thing as well.
And Fig getting his bottle, and Kilp looks like he will be getting his bottle shortly after. Which Grandma enjoyers rejoice.
True. May see it. It is a long check to do just for one check. So normally, if it's a thing that you can avoid, it's not a bad idea to not do Granny, but we'll see.
Yeah, but having a bottle, if you haven't been to Outset yet, and you have a bottle, it is definitely worth it to do it, for sure.
Yeah. And Fig's looking like, yep, he's probably going to be doing Ghost Ship, which is not a bad thing. The first night after you start a save file, Ghost Ship is always at Crescent Moon, so kind of cool to route that in.
Yeah. Yeah, thankfully the Ghost Ship patterns are consistent, so if you know them, you're going to know where the Ghost Ship is on each night. And Fig peeking it, so that's some time save he'll have over Kilp. Yo, let's go! Forsaken Fortress dip, now we're talking.
This is what we wanted to see.
I was thinking, what are the odds Fig goes to Forsaken Fortress? Butter is rejoicing right now.
Yeah, I'm assuming Fig is thinking Forsaken Fortress on the way to Goma can't be Grapple. It could very well be Leaf.
Yeah.
And potentially Hammer could be here as well. Though I could totally see something like get Leaf here and then Hammer's in DRC.
Yeah,
But
or like you get a letter or something from here, and then that leads to your Hammer, and then you have to come back here and get your Leaf.
Fig doing some cool Phantom Ganon stuff, trying to bait him into just spawning behind him.
Yeah. But thankfully, even if he spawns in the air, you can just stand right below him, and he is not very good at hitting the orb, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. Phantom Ganon not too hype at tennis, unfortunately. And Kilp is going into DRC first, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I think since you have Grapple, it's like not outright a bad decision. Yo, Vanilla Hammer, it's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get it.
For it? Yeah,
Save scum? Yeah, definite save scum.
Because if this is Hammer, you could just go beat the dungeon and then clear everything else. It's Leaf.
Man, okay. Well, that's still pretty cool. He's probably gonna keep that, and I assume going. Oh, Fig, where are you going?
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Okay. He's going to chest and bed first, and then he's just gonna do the regular thing.
This door that Fig is going to is recently only brought to my attention, because in my mind, I never even considered this for some reason, because it's... I don't know why. It's all lonely and isolated.
It feels like this is like the only situation, or one of the few situations I feel like where this could be cool. Is like after you beat the boss and you happen to get something that lets you do the rest, but not Hammer.
Yeah.
Getting Furores, which could lead to something.
Is chest on bed, if you have Leaf, is chest on bed in logic, or is it still expect you to have Hammer?
I think it does, because you need Hammer, like, logically to get through things.
True. Yeah, you can get everything in Forsaken Fortress without Hammer, but yeah, you have to have Hammer to beat Helmrock King.
Yeah, that is the only check that you really, like, need Hammer for. The rest of the things you can get without, like, pretty much anything.
Yeah. Yeah, there are ways you can navigate through Forsaken Fortress without Hammer in ways they did not expect. So it looks like Leaf was the only thing.
Yeah, Leaf and Furores, which
and
Furores could be cool. Potentially.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have Tower Gods as a dungeon and you hear that pearl sound and you see it's Farore's pearl, you're like, okay, at least it's not the other two pearls, which don't do anything for me.
Yeah. They're going to Forest Haven, which I think is a cool play just so he can get more leaf checks out of the way, though.
Yeah.
I think he's probably looking for a bow before he does DRC, which I think is a fair play.
Mm-hmm. Kilp barely almost fell in the lava.
He's going for the jump.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't have bow to shoot it down.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to do this.
I can say I've never attempted that. Oh, is he
leaving?
What did
Which is interesting.
He did the first 3 checks, the first room and the alcove and the boarded up chest. That's interesting that he's leaving. Oh, I guess he didn't get a small key, which means big key chest has to be a small key.
Yeah, that was hinted at. So I guess in that sense, Forsaken Fortress leading to Goma is like a required thing, quote unquote.
Yeah. Okay. And Fig, doing the classic, struggling to move in front of the chest. We all know that pain.
It's Cabana, which he can do.
Yeah.
You can do Cabana without hammer. It is definitely slower, but it's a thing you can do. If it's normally I end up doing something like that if it's like on the way with other checks that I'm doing. Like if Ice Ring wasn't dead in the seed, I'd probably end up doing that around that same time, but since we have Wind Temple, I'd probably wait until we get hammer.
Yeah. Coincidentally though, Fig actually learned Hammerless Cabana sometime before this seed.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm led to believe he actually learned it. So it's a possibility he might be like, I'm in the situation where I could bust this out. But also, he is in a seed with Wind Temple and Forsaken Fortress, so he will be needing hammer and will be getting it. Unlike some other seeds where hammer could be in some like wild location, and you might just never get it.
Fig is currently checking Angular, which I think is probably not a bad play, just with already being down here.
Yeah.
Kilp on the way to get his path hint from Logera, which I don't remember what the first chest is. I just know that Hookshot was the top one and it was behind Leaf.
Delivery bag is inside.
Oh, that's right.
Forest Haven in these settings only has the 2 checks that we saw from Fig's screen, the tree branch, which is Leaf in the normal game, and then the small island chest.
Which is something in the normal game.
I'm gonna assume a heart piece, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, Kilp doing a fashionably late Cliff Plateau, which is typically one of the first islands you end up hitting up.
Yeah, especially if it's hinted. I feel like it's a thing I'd definitely go to. Kilp, is he storing this, or? No, he's not. Okay.
I think he was about to, then he's like, oh wait, I have grapple, or was like, oh wait, Bird's Peak is dead, or realized both at the same time.
Yeah, hopefully both, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, it was both.
Alright. Yeah, and one interesting thing about Season 5 versus like Season 4 regarding Cliff Plateau is that in this season we start with a sword, so you can go and do Cliff Plateau into Bird's Peak with just your sword. Yeah. Since you can do the sword strat and jump slash to the higher part.
Conveniently, you can also do it with just bombs, I found out one day, which is cool.
Yeah, or leaf.
Yeah. Or hammer, anything that's like a sword.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a sick... I've never thought about doing that. The bomb shot from the boat onto Bomb Island. That was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder if it is worth it though, because otherwise the alternative, you could just like place the bomb and then blow it up with your sword, and then it blows up the rock and it knocks you closer towards the hole. And Sir Kilp just realizing that it was hinted dead, probably.
Yeah.
We all know that feel, autopiloting.
Yeah, I've definitely written down needing a pearl for a thing and not having Tower of the Gods at all. I just really want Din's Pearl, man.
Okay, and we're gonna see the waterfall chest from Kilp, and Kilp does not have the deed yet, so, but he does have hookshot and grapple, so there's a chance that he could go and do Hammerless Cabana. I'm not sure if he knows it or not, though.
And I think that was spiky, from what I could tell.
I guess, looks like we'll be getting it anyways.
Yeah.
So, and Fig entering Dragon Roost, which he has Leaf, so he'll be able to get that small key from the big key chest without having to do that jump. And either he's just save scumming this, or he's gonna like save scum it and then like go back and do the storage.
Power bracelets.
Power bracelets, well,
It's not
okay.
super cool, the seed, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, currently that only gives you Pig, which we don't have bait bags, so effectively that doesn't really help us currently.
Yeah, not having Earth Temple and finding power bracelets is not the most hype thing.
Save scum is like if you see a chest that's like spiky, you save before you open it, and then you like open it and see what the item is, and then you reset your game, and then you know what item you got from it. It could be helpful, especially if it's like a letter or something and you don't have delivery bag, because then you wouldn't know that you stored that letter potentially until X amount of time later.
I also didn't realize Kilp never did outset, which I feel like is also another thing that I end up doing pretty early. Though, I think probably saw power bracelets and was like, well, I should probably go there. Maybe bait bags somewhere. It would be cool if there was a bow in DRC somewhere. I think we'll probably end up seeing the rest of DRC. I don't think there's a way that there's going to be another key locked behind a thing we can't do right now. So it would be cool if there was a bow.
Is Fig leaving too? He has Leaf to get the small key though. Unless he like didn't remember that it's hinted, but I assume he also knows at this point. Oh. Oh.
He might have saved warp. Yeah, I think he's realizing. Oh wait, I have to do that thing.
What is that thing?
Just getting the big key chest.
Oh. Okay, so I guess he save warped to like come from the other side. I don't believe that would be faster, but it works.
Kilp also getting his first shard. Wild that there's only been one, but I'm assuming the rest of them will be either behind or in dungeons.
Yeah. Wind Waker on Z, Leaf on X. Yeah, he has them backwards.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Leaf on Z, or Wind Waker on Z. Shaking my head. Alright.
I think having, like, I understand the logic of having a Leaf on X, though. But for someone like me, I'm like always claw gripping, so having Leaf or Sail on the Z button just makes a lot more sense to me.
I am a Leaf on Y kind of person. Though Z is good too. X is not. Personally.
It's also true, Kilp does have a shard. But Snacks is also trying for both people at the same time.
Yeah, Snacks is doing great.
So
Shout out to Snacks.
So he's got twice the workload. Cross lava pit being nothing.
Yeah. Likely. Well, I guess there has to be a key in Rat Room. I guess it doesn't have to be both of them.
Snacks, eating food, and tracking on brand with name.
Oh my god.
Fig just barely, like, I think Zelda's skirt might have gotten a little scorched from that.
Right.
Thankfully, the bird not bothering Fig, that Kargarok can sometimes be annoying, but usually that one's, like, kind of tame.
Sometimes it's randomly really annoying. Super
Ooh.
cool thing. Kilp
Kilp
doing
do
the
it?
strat no one's
Yeah.
ever able to do. Because you never have bombs and hookshot.
Yeah, it's so frequent people dip here early before they have even hookshot a lot of times. Since a lot of times you go to outset early and then you come to Diamond Step from there since you're already close to it anyways at that point. And with our key placement, we will not be seeing anyone doing the opening this door with the small key that Fig just opened.
Thankfully, that's not needed, just because that does take a good amount of time. Fig getting Mirror Shield, which in this seed's case is only useful for Angular Cave, which I don't remember if Fig peeked it. And if he did, I don't remember if it was spiky.
He went there already, and he has it still on his tracker, so I'm assuming it is spiked. Oh, you were correct. There is a bow in here.
Right. I mean, that's cool. Can there be like another one so you can just do Fire Mountain on the way?
True. Get your light arrows really early.
That'd be super hype.
That'd be funny. All your bows just being in the same area.
Yeah.
It's funny, like, it's such a tease that it gave you the bow, like, after using the bow for backwards in DRC is, like, just not a thing. And shoutouts to this part of the wall, just not bonking. Just move to the left. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted.
I found out if you ever have storage in this room, for whatever reason you have storage in this room, you can break that without bonking into the wall, which is a nice thing to remember.
Damn, that Bokoblin knocking into the other Bokoblin and killing him. Some indirect friendly fire there.
Holes. Oh, Kilp doing the what's the tree trunk? Where
Yeah.
Deku Leaf is? What on tree branch? Oh my!
Which was I think it was an orange rupee, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember it being anything important. But doing it without Leaf.
All my homies hate doing this room normally, and the Magtail hitting Fig and just barely making the
Ooh.
cycle. Jeez.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that, Claire. I didn't realize you could void on that table. Interesting.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Being
Yeah,
able to
well-
void on anything.
But it's also, I can't think of a scenario where I've been in that room with chest storage, at least for me.
I think the only situation... Oh, what would be... I can't remember the situation I was in that room with chest storage, but it was a situation. And Big seeing that that's a key, which definitely actually has to be boss key. We found
Yeah.
all the other ones, so...
Yeah, and if you're doing DRC backwards, by the logic of how the randomizer works, any key chest after Bird Nest will have to be the big key.
Yeah, I'm also curious why Kilp hasn't gone to Forsaken Fortress. I'm just trying to think, like, maybe he thinks the Goma hint for Forsaken Fortress just isn't anything cool, but it kind of has to be Leaf.
Could also just like forget maybe, or just not be thinking, because sometimes definitely like you play a seed and sometimes you're just like not hyper focused on your paths. And
I guess
that's...
it also doesn't help that it's probably tourney race, slight nerves, and you're like, well, thinking doesn't exist when I'm in a tourney race. It's how it
Yeah.
goes for me, at least.
Yeah, also a good point that we start with Grapple in the Steed as our starter item. So First Second Fortress to Goma could not be Grapple. And since Kilp already checked that there was no other small key at the start of Dragon Roost other than the one at the big key chest, which outside doing the jump that he tried doing, which he was not able to get, you do need Leaf.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Or
cool
Fire
that he
and
tried
Ice.
it. Yeah, that could be cool. It is cool that he tried doing the jump, but I also probably would have been in the same boat where I would have tried it and been like, well, this is probably going to waste me more time than anything, so...
I also didn't realize the right pot at the top of the room Fig's at had a fairy also. I thought it was only the left pot this whole time.
I did for the longest time, and I can't remember. I probably saw it in a race at some point. I was like, oh, that would have been nice to know several seeds ago.
Yeah, because sometimes in Zelda games, fairy hitboxes are perfectly made, and they just juke your bottle and then just go into Link.
I can feel the Majora's Mask hostility from you, Butter. No.
They're bad in
then,
both games.
Yeah, they are kind of... I think in Wind Waker they make a little bit more sense.
Yeah. They both have the problem in where they'll just fly into the wall, and then they'll be like, okay, I'll be back sometime.
Yeah, later. Not now. Kilp
And-
getting his leaf, finally.
Yeah, he's probably upset he didn't check that earlier.
Yeah, likely gonna go back to DRC. Gonna go back to DRC.
Yeah, and as someone mentioned earlier, we don't have any other dungeons with the inner dungeon warp pots that link up with Dragon Roost. So that is a unique thing to the randomizer, where the first 3 and the last 3 dungeons are on a set of warp pots that take you in between the 3 dungeons, which can be good in some situations. You don't typically see it used as often, but there are places where it does get used, of course.
Yeah. If you have Tower of the Gods, Earth Temple, or Wind Temple, or at least Tower of the Gods and then another temple that links to it. Or... No, wait, Tower of the Gods links to the other 2. If you have Tower of the Gods or another, like, DRC or Forbidden Woods, crazy. I've played this game, by the way. I know, it's hard to believe. If you have Tower of the Gods, though, opening that warp pot, if you don't have all of the items, super cool. So you don't have to do B1 skip after that, potentially.
Yeah. And Fig's cutscene is over finally, and he gets a shard for watching the cutscene.
Thank God. Fig also he stored an item to get in here, and I don't think we know what that is yet. So
Yeah, to my knowledge, I don't know.
Well, it wasn't a shard.
It's true. Our first boss down. All right, where to now? We can't get our light arrows yet, sadly.
Unfortunately, we will have to come back.
But for the seed, currently having light arrows isn't really that useful unless like you're getting them before you go into Wind Temple, because it can be very nice for Wind Temple checks, like if you're doing the big key chest or the wizard mini boss, etc., etc.
Yeah, and the big key chest was hinted in the seed. It is Maggie's letter, which could be something cool. It's unfortunate that it's at the big key chest, because that check takes a decent amount of time compared to a lot of other things in Wind Temple.
I wonder if Fig's going to get a pair so he can do Needle Rock potentially, because Needle Rock is also Path the Helm Rock King actually.
Oh yeah, that's true. Huh.
Which I didn't think about, so there's a chance that we could have an What are we storing on Sir Kilp's side? What play are we? We are door canceling into Wind Temple, I think, boys.
Oh boy.
I think that's what we're seeing. So,
oh boy.
Hope everyone's ready for a ride.
I mean, he has all the items he needs for it, just not hammer. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
This is a crazy strat because the thing is, he's not going to get hammer inside Wind Temple. That's not a thing.
It can't be, and likely at this point, I think he or somewhere on Needle Rock has to have hammer. So,
yeah, this is like the only way. Like, yeah, it's I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna see what Angular Cave is.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting play. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like following logic a little bit more instead of just skipping to do this super early. I feel like that's a better play. But I mean, it could be amazing. I don't know. There could be every shard known to man in Wind Temple. So
yeah, like unless Wind Temple is ridiculously stacked, then like. Since you have to get hammer regardless, this is just a time loss most likely.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just because I mean we need hammer to finish the seed, because you do need it for Helmer King. So, well, I mean it wasn't like it took him a long time, which is good at least. Moblin's letter being at Angular as well, which is interesting because that was behind a decent amount of things. And Fig might wait until he gets Maggie's letter to do that. Because that is a nice combo to do, is just Maggie's and Moblin's letter at the same time.
Yeah, and Fig did buy the pairs, so I feel like I'm assuming he is thinking it's probably on Needle Rock. He was hard thinking. He was like, yeah, I was like, move that cursor down. But we are inside Wind Temple on Kilp's side. And actually one thing that Kilp can do is he does have bombs, so he can open the inner dungeon warp pot. And he has Forsaken Fortress, so he's going to be going to Forsaken Fortress when he has hammer again. So he can use that to get back in here, which is one bright side to this, at least.
Yeah, that is a cool thing, just because the beginning of Wind Temple definitely takes a good amount of time. So you normally want to just get past that if you can, but it's... I don't know. This is such a risky thing, I feel like.
And he did get a shard, so... Yep. And Fig is doing Needle Rock. I don't know if he ever peeked the outside. I don't know if we know for sure it is the outside one.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't tell.
Yeah, because everything is in the way. Oh.
He is equipping. Damn, that's from far away.
Yeah, right. I didn't know you could get it from all the way back there.
Wow.
All right. Go off. Yeah, that is true. Kilp did win the last game, so he might be thinking, well, I could do some wild thing, and if it pays off, that's cool, and if it doesn't, I still have another game after this.
Yeah. Obviously, too early to say, because a race is never decided until it's over, of course, but I think we'd say right now Fig probably has the lead. He has Dragon Roost completed.
Yeah, it's just super interesting that he didn't go back into DRC, and there's our hammer.
There we go. All right, so he's most likely, I would assume, gonna go beat Helmrock King now.
Yeah, because something could be behind Arrow Mail, which it is required to beat Helmrock King to get that.
Yeah, and
he has all 5 statues. Okay, I don't know when that happened.
Yeah.
Well,
commentator's end tracker failing.
Yeah, feels good. Huh.
Okay. It could have been a better. It could have been a better play potentially to beat Helmrock King and then come here, because then he's gonna be right beside the mailbox anyways. But like it's a little minor thing.
Oh, and it was a heart container. 5 hearts in the season 5 seed.
Yeah.
Rare sighting.
I mean, I'm more content with that than getting a heart piece or just nothing. So at least it has something.
Yeah.
Fig not. Fig going to Cabana probably. He has hammer, so We will be. I'm assuming he's going to Cabana, and
Yeah, he does have the deed as well, so it's in logic, I think.
yeah. He does have all the items required to do it. And Kilp got a small key from Cyclone's room.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Potentially, if Fig finds everything else outside of Wind Temple, then Wind Temple has 1 shard, and he could just go mode the rest once he finds that key.
Yeah. Fig is peeking that.
Sees that it's spiky, gotta get his power bracelets, which could be cool, but power bracelets are pretty low on the sphere list, I believe. We did get hookshot pretty early.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it was behind Leaf. Yeah, if there's a bow somewhere in Wind Temple, I think that would be the biggest play.
Yeah, because then when he goes to Dragon Roost to get the bow, which was in the Dark Room, I believe,
yeah,
he can just go straight to Fire Mountain from there.
Looks like he's probably trying to rush Maggie's letter, because it was hinted, and it's like, well, that could be a thing.
Yeah, and since he came from Cyclone's room, it just makes sense to come get this. It would be a bold move to skip this, knowing that it is maybe something.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be super spooky. Big killing the rat. Very deserved. We hate the rats in Cabana.
True.
Or in Private Oasis.
Nice.
Yeah, this
getting them.
Is definitely on pace to be a pretty fast seed.
We
Kinda
still
just depends
need...
on yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we still need a bunch of shards and some swords. And we need to find one more bow, which it could be this.
It wasn't, but it was a shard.
Okay. I mean, at least we're not leaving empty-handed, so we take that. Cabana so often lets me down my seeds.
Yeah. And it does. I mean, at least he has hookshot, so it can go quicker. Another
Double
spiky chest.
Let's go, Fire and Ice, baby.
Oh my god.
Just
The
as good.
troll.
At least he didn't do like hammerless Cabana just to get like a shard and nothing else.
Yeah.
Which we do need the shard, of course, but it doesn't immediately help us.
Oh, and Fig, whatever your name is. Fig is doing Big Pig, likely. Unless somehow he's doing something else, some hidden check at Outset that I don't know about.
Yeah.
Oh, and Granny, I forget, which I believe was dead.
If you glance your eyes over to Fig's screen, you'll be seeing Fig doing the Big Pig, featuring Fig.
Featuring Fig. And the Big Pig.
I wonder what Fig's thoughts are on pigs.
Same, actually. We should ask him here. I'll put that in my notes for question.
Wait, did Kilp already do Grandma?
Yeah, I think it was a Triforce chart, so... super important.
True. And... Alright, 2 small keys in Wind Temple. Already found. Big trying to climb onto the bed. Take a
Trying
quick
to go
nap.
to sleep. Yeah.
Real Paper Mario moment. Not checking the mail immediately.
I think doing this first is pretty hype since it's already daytime. I feel like you might as well.
And I don't know if he has any other mail like queued up that he might check with it later. And yeet. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, Kilp did get Maggie's letter in Wind Temple, which was one of our hints at the start. Alright. Will Fig making the big pig dig award Fig anything from doing the pig?
Oh god. It's 20 bucks. Let's go.
20 buckaroos for having the pig dig for Fig.
All right. Likely doing Granny Mail next?
Nope.
All right.
Anyways.
Oh, he's doing Cyclos. Which I think sailing from here is a bit slower than warping from Southern Ferry, but
I think.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah, I feel like in his mind he's like, oh, it's one quadrant up to the right, so it can't be that far, which it's not the worst sail, but
Yeah.
I think warping would have been faster. And Wizard Mini Boss Room on Kilp's side
Is a
Picto.
Picto box. Interesting. Wow.
which
All right.
both Lenzo chests were dead. We haven't seen anything about anything else yet, because that's the first Picto we've seen.
Yeah, that's spooky. Huh. Interesting. That makes me think probably something's at Pompey and Vera, or there's Pompey and Vera gives like another Picto box, and then that is something cool for Monenko.
I gotta give huge shouts to that emote mini as a fire emote.
Yeah, very hype. Fire and Ice from Cyclos.
Oh baby.
Crazy! There is no bow in Wind Temple. All right.
And Fig probably rushing that.
Oh man, that's interesting. Yeah, it is a bow-locked bow. That's
Yep.
insane.
Damn, so
Looking
that means-
like Fig's doing Fire Mount.
There is no chance of you doing backwards DRC this seed if you
Yeah.
were really copiuming for that.
Yeah,
And-
thankfully, well, I mean, maybe Kilp is hoping for a bow somewhere in here, which I feel like is a fair play, but unfortunately, there will not be one.
Yeah. Man,
So we
knew
did
that
find the
would be
big key, which is nice, yeah.
And something else maybe.
The
other-
other Picto box!
Okay.
So there could be something like a shard and another thing behind like both Pictos, potentially. Since they were both in Wind Temple, which does require a lot of items before you go there.
Big playing a pacifist Fire Mountain, not opting to kill this bird, even though it was right in his face.
Aw.
Real leaf pump moment.
Yeah. That was so sad. I felt the sadness from Fig not getting the leaf pump.
Oh, and Kilp not having light arrows or a bow at all
That's
for tall
right.
base room. This is so bad.
This is... Oh, he has to hope that the Wizard just spawns on the floor. I think he needs 2 more hits with Sword. Or 1 more
Yeah,
hit with Hookshot.
Yeah, thankfully he got rid of I didn't see if the Wizard spawned anything or not, or if he dealt with it early enough. And he doesn't have Hammer either to one-shot the Stalfos heads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
Fig's
like-
gonna have a big advantage in Wind Temple.
Yeah, this is interesting.
And it's, in a way, unfortunate. You could say that Kilp already has the big key, because if he did everything and didn't have the big key, then by logic, this would be the big key, which in his situation would be really nice to be able to skip doing this check without light arrows. Or just having a bow at all, because... Sad.
Yeah. Man, yeah, going into... I feel like just if things were randomized differently, going into Wind Temple this early would have been cool, but I think the only thing that will end up being cool is the Picto. And Kilp got the head not breaking, so he has to re-enter the room and break probably the top head that you hookshot off the wall. for some reason. If you hookshot, I believe if you hookshot the edges of like the head hookshot things with iron boots on, sometimes the head just doesn't break, which is apparently required for this room and not just beating all the enemies. So unfortunately, he has to do this again.
Yeah. So this Bokoblin gets 2 deaths this seed.
Yeah, we really don't like that Bokoblin.
And it was for nothing. Even though I swear that basement chest is like always something somehow.
Yeah. Conveniently always something. And it's never, you're never in the situation where it could be a key, because there's always a key somewhere else. Really neat.
No, we let go of Leaf too early, just barely.
Yeah. Fig just now entering Wind Temple with Hammer. and Leaf and a bow. So I guess Kilp also has a Leaf. Yeah, this will be interesting.
So Kilp tried to hookshot the vines, which, to be fair, it would be fair to assume that you could hookshot up those vines, because most ladders you can hookshot. Yo, these
and all the Bokoblins.
Damn,
yeah.
Okay. No.
No.
It was like a little bit too late, and I think his angle was also a little bit off. And those Bokoblins, like half them just are gone. See ya. Interesting that Fig still hasn't gone back to do Helm Rock King, because I feel like for me I would have gone back for it already.
I think targeting. Come on, Wind Waker.
Let's wait for 1 second and disasters.
Yeah. I would probably also end up doing Forsaken Fortress pretty early. I mean, unless Arrow Mill was never hinted at. I guess it's kind of, I don't know. I would probably be safer about that and just check that mail at some point soon. Because if that is something that's like, I'm not looking around for anything else. Like, I just already have it, and I'm not scouring Overworld for things.
Okay. I guess hype routing strat Fig could go for. I don't know if it was night or not when he entered, but he could go to Forsaken Fortress after Wind Temple, which will force it to be nighttime. Then he can go back to Windfall, which will have it be night already, and then he can do the Fire and Ice stuff there.
Yeah, that could be a strategery.
Funny that we say Fire and Ice when ice arrows have like no use except for entering Fire Mountain.
Fire Mountain. And killing some enemies sometimes if you don't have light arrows.
It can be cool for combat purposes, but puzzle-wise, it did not really get much love.
Unfortunately. Alright. We get the cat jam from Kilp side. I don't know if he has audio on, but that'd be cool.
I believe currently we have Fig audio on the stream. Can we get the obligatory switch? For the people.
Obligatory cat jam.
People always want it, what can we say? Alright, we're in there. You already know what's happening.
Not getting the hype snipe on Mulgera, unfortunately.
We're just kind of in silence for 20 seconds, letting Mulgera's theme resonate. Yeah, Alex unfortunately missed Sir Kilp door canceling into Wind Temple without Hammer.
Probably the most surprising part of this seed so far, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, it has not been a Dragon Roost yet.
Ooh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Kilp ended up going to DRC pretty early. and quickly figured out that it is a required leaf or fire and ice. In this case, it is leaf, since it's fire and ice is leaf lock technically, just because you need to go through DRC with leaf. So he went into DRC, figured out there weren't any keys other than the boss key, which was hinted. Fair to assume that you might be able to skip it, but ended up needing to leave. Eventually found Leaf in Forsaken Fortress, and for some reason just hasn't been back to DRC. And unfortunately, all of our bows are locked behind going forward in DRC. Because one is in Dark Room, and the next one's behind Cyclos, and then our last one was a Fire Mountain, so...
Yeah, so there is no shot of you doing your backwards DRC this one, if you are someone who is looking to do that.
And currently, Kilp has four shards. No bow. I think the rest of it's good on the tracker.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure left alcove was nothing in Wind Temple, so I don't think Fig has to worry about voiding out. As
yeah, he
has
doesn't.
not voided out.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sir Kilp getting the turbo speed boost from the wind, zooming out of Wind Temple.
True. Probably going to Windfall after getting the Picto Box and realizing that there was nothing at Lenzo. 'Cause Kilp was the only one of the two that did Lenzo door cancel.
Does he have the Town Flower already? I would hope so.
I think he did. I think that's what I saw in Delivery Bag. It looks like on Kilp's tracker he hasn't checked Great Fish, so probably wanted to do that while he was here.
That's true. And I believe the only things in Wind Temple was the shard at the very first chest, and there was both Picto Boxes in here.
Yeah. And I guess Maggie's letter also.
Oh yeah, aside from that. Oh yeah, huge chest, so that if you stun the Armos with a normal arrow, you cannot light arrow them, because, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, it's like a, thing.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Fig and Kilp actually both have 4 shards total. Oh, update. Fig has 5 shards total.
Yeah, I probably missed that there was a shard at the top of Wind Temple.
Yeah. I knew it was something. I couldn't remember what it was, because I saw it and it left my brain after that.
That Piat got annihilated. See ya, buddy.
Yeah. And there's our other small key.
Lux Picto netting us nothing.
Really neat. It'd be such a meme if Pompey and Vera was also nothing. That'd be wild.
Yeah. Yeah, Kilp had such a tragic first Windfall trip because he went and did Lenzo door cancel, and then he got crushed when trying to get the one girl.
Yeah.
Whose name I do not know. And then he went and did blind Lenzo door cancel, and then both left and right chests were dead. So he spent all that time just to get nothing. Which, if you're doing Lenzo door cancel before you have a Picto Box, and Pompey and Vera wasn't hinted, it's like you are just gambling at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex, it was... Well, I think he was trying to just roll off of the ledge, and, like, that little wooden part he, like, ran into, and it just voided him, which is really neat.
And Fig in his deluxe, which he'll be awarded with an orange rupee later in the run.
That was his first one, actually. I don't think he's... Yeah, I think the other one's in Spiky Room.
Oh. Anyways.
Kilp's still not... I mean, I think it's fair that Kilp is doing Windfall first, because there could be something cool here with the things that he's gotten from Wind Temple, but it's just pretty surprising that he hasn't gone back to DRC.
And we do, like, one of our pathins is Windfall to Helmarock, which any Windfall pathin is, like, as useful as you could imagine.
Yeah,
But we did get bombs for free from here, so that was likely our Helmarock pathin.
Right. Guess we'll find out if Pompey and Vera is something. Fig getting his boss key and his deluxe soon enough.
That is actually true, yeah. And since our Leaf was at Forsaken Fortress, it wouldn't be that either. So yeah, definitely was the bombs.
Pompey and Vera was nothing. Incredible.
Ictobox netting us not a single thing. Feels great.
Incredible.
And Zunari, okay.
Oh, but Zunari having a sword. Huh. Interesting.
Mila is also Note to Mom, and I don't know if Fig... I don't know if the check for that was anything, I forget.
Yeah,
if we looked at that or not.
Also not sure. I think Kilp looked at it. I just can't remember if it was an important thing. Though Fig does have Moblins and Maggies, which Kilp doesn't have Moblins, so I guess that could be a thing as well.
And here, Fig having light arrows for Wind Temple. Once again, this is gonna just help him a ton.
Yeah. Oh. Damn, Fig is out for blood for every enemy in this room.
Yeah. Alright, we're going back. Does Sir Kilp have anything he can do? It looks like this is the only thing left he can do, which I'm sure he is probably upset about that. Yeah. Where was Bait Bag? I am great at paying attention.
I believe that was the boss room, like, left chest at DRC.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was spiky. Oh, yeah, because he stored that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that. Super interesting stuff going on. Fig has a lot of things he can do at Windfall, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm assuming he's just going to go there after this, so...
Yeah, I mean, the only thing he has left other than Windfall is doing the inside cave of Needle Rock. Which is the only thing he has left in the overworld other than Windfall, which he has 10 checks there.
Yeah, very likely there is something there, especially with the fire and ice stuff.
I'm getting lots of serotonin from seeing double-digit checks left on Windfall for Fig.
Yeah, super hype. Just being able to do everything at Windfall. What a good feeling.
Silver Gauntlets with the raid. Yo, thank you.
Welcome on in. Hope everyone enjoys Wind Waker.
And Sir Kilp fell in the lava trying to do that leaf pump, which is a little tricky to get, but I believe he only fell in the lava once, so not too bad.
Yeah. I think Kilp knows at this point probably wanted to get Leaf first, but likely wasn't really thinking about it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing another cat jam on Fig's side.
You already know. Ooh, that was a spicy throw on Kilp's side with that bomb.
I didn't see it. I was cat jamming.
He threw the bomb into the lava and it like blew up and made the magtail like curl up really early.
That's super cool, actually.
Instead of just like waiting for it to blow up or something.
Yeah.
So shouts to that. Once again, just embracing Mulgara theme.
Yep. It's a good song. I'm trying to enjoy it. Every time I do this boss fight, I enjoy it until I miss one of these snipes. Thankfully, Fig got the last one.
I think the ideal scenario would be both runners doing Mulgara at the same time, so we could have both audio on at the same time.
How hype would that be? Overlapping Mulgara theme?
Yeah, at the Goblin.
Yeah, same.
Easy to get you if you don't knock him down.
What do you mean, Snacks? It sounds awesome. Double
Yeah.
Mulgara's theme?
Yeah, Arma as a certified professional audio person.
True. That is me. I
Alright.
love my double songs playing at the same time.
Fig only needing one more shard other than the one from Helmrock King, which no one has beaten Helmrock King yet, so we do not know what the Arrow Mail check may give us.
Yeah. Well, it's super interesting, but Fig hasn't gone back for it.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's taking a trip to Windfall, likely because he can just do everything. He's gonna be super happy that he didn't do Lenzo Door Cancel, and probably upset that Picto Box is just nothing, which is such a meme.
Yeah. Yeah, Fig not doing what I headcanoned of going to Forsaken Fortress to force it to be night. But, you know.
Yeah.
We have not seen everything on Windfall yet. So, and by the...
Yeah, there's still Fire and Ice stuff and Moblin's letter check. I forgot Fig traded this too, so he's getting the sword super early. Earlier than I thought, at least.
Kilp about to be disappointed by the fact that there's a bow here, and he's probably gonna be like, bruh,
No.
you're kidding me, dude? The bow is here. And then he's gonna find out later that this was the first bow that you have to have.
Yeah, straight up. Super cool.
Bruh, some mash R there for a quick sec. Probably some upset. Yeah, that's where the first bow was, and then the second bow is from Cyclos, and then our third bow is from Fire Mountain, so you have to get them in a strict order. Ooh.
Yeah. That exact order. Really cool.
Which doesn't happen as frequently as you would imagine it might. Yeah, the bright side for Fig, he has not done Lenzo Door Cancels, Arma said, so he just gets to do all the Picto stuff in one fell swoop.
Yeah. Definitely cooler routing wise if you can find a Picto for all this stuff. Just because you don't have to like go back and do this.
Yeah. I think the only time it's like I would normally do Lenzo Door Cancel is like if obviously Pompey and Vera is hinted dead, or if maybe if you don't have Leaf and you have a Picto Box, because then you don't have to ride the windmill all the way around.
Yeah. Leaf definitely speeds that up a good bit. Here we're watching the most hype cutscene in the game. Mailman Hatred.
Yeah. This old guy showing that he is not a hype dude.
Yeah.
All right. Moblin's letter.
Moblin's letter. It was a wallet. All right.
All right, let's get this chain, baby.
God. What could it even be? I feel like it has to be another item because we know where everything else is.
Well, we don't have any more Tingle statues to get, thankfully, so no more bait by that.
Yeah, and we know where Notamama is, and we know where Din's Pearl is, so...
And Fig has Nehru's, but he just never clicked it.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thing for Fig, is if he gets a Pearl he doesn't actually need, he just never clicks it on his tracker.
Yeah.
Which, that's fair, if you don't have Tower of the Gods.
Oh, is Fig gonna recognize that he has... Yeah, he is.
Yeah! Yeah, if you have Deluxe Picto Box and you do the Lenzo or the Pompion Vera check first, you can use the same picture for Pompion Vera that you use for Pompion Vera, also for Minenko, because Minenko is in the first picture. And that's a
Ooh,
shard
our
from
last
Wallet
shard.
Mail. So Moblin's letter is required.
Vanilla Master Sword? I don't believe Master Sword Chamber was hinted at.
Yeah, I don't. No, I wasn't. So there's a chance. There is a chance that we could get a vanilla sword. And that's a Triforce shard. Yep, we're looking for one sword, which, I mean...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mila. He's getting baited.
He's gonna get Note to Mom.
Which I am pretty sure gave us nothing, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I also remember that being nothing, but I've been wrong several times in the past.
I feel like, I mean, hard to say when you're watching versus playing in the moment, but it would have been so hype. Knowing that Fig still has to do Helmrock King, it would... Yeah. It could be a play to just go and beat him, and then you have that shard, and then that also gives you the arrow mail, of course. But he could get his other sword here, and then we're all just dumb.
Yeah, true.
Real
just randomizer moment. Yeah.
It'd be funny if Creeb, like, for the first time ever gives a sword.
Actually, Creeb never having anything, though apparently that was a different thing in Season 3. Creeb always having something. Yeah, Fig not storing this cutscene for
Fig
starting the thing.
Trying to burn down the windmill. Yo.
I mean, that could be a strat. You would light the windmill on fire.
It would
hopefully spawning the chest.
Oh, did we... Okay, I never pay attention to if we saw if this was nothing, but we know that's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
Alright, Creeb, you can do it. Pog.
Or not.
Anyways.
You can also not. Oh, I thought Fig was just standing there. I forgot he was doing Mila. Fig was like, Creeb, are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yo, Mila with the X-ray vision. Let's go.
Yes. Mila activating her quirk of having an X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Where she sees you when you are completely not remotely in her sight.
Note to Mom. All right. I'm hoping... I'm just hoping that Fig does Helmrock King next, and then, like, finishes, like, male things.
I mean, he literally only has this check he's about to do. He has male stuff, and then he has Helmrock King and Inside of Needle Rock, which... I feel like he probably doesn't want to go back to Needle Rock just because that's like a far trip just for one thing that might be nothing. Just like that being nothing.
That's so cool. Maggie's letter being nothing.
All right.
So Wind Temple had just 2 shards.
It had 2 shards. Yeah, the Pictos both led to nothing.
Wow.
Okay, I think gonna play.
He's probably gonna mail it.
Okay, yeah. Feels good. And on Kilp's side, we finally are done with the cutscene, and I don't think Ankle gave us anything.
Yeah, it gave a heart container, so we're gonna have double 5 hearts.
I'm gonna assume Fig would go check this and then do Helmrock King. That just makes more sense, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because you could check mail at Needle Rock, but it's looking like we are not getting a Master Sword Chamber dip, unless if our friend Sir Kilp does that.
True.
And Kilp still needs his hammer. And he needs to do Cyclos, which I think he is heading for Cyclos. Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna get that. And then, yo, the shark.
Wow. That's the first time in a long time I've seen the shark actually, like, hit someone.
Yeah. The shark is trying to snipe the Cyclos kill from Kilp. Georg, yeah, we're getting a quick Majora's Mask crossover.
Imagine if there was a bunch of, like, Majora's Mask Georgs in the ocean. That'd be cool. Real neat.
That'd only be real freaky.
Ooh, where is Fig going?
Yeah, I wonder. Fig has done everything. He did everything here already. So
Yeah.
I wonder, like, what his plan is.
Because he's just doing this normally? He might be. He might not be leaf pumping over.
Yeah, because you need even more. Or when you come here, usually you see people's like change the wind to northwest, and then they like just fly, do that long leaf across. But damn, Fig is playing the game.
Yeah.
He's playing the game.
Yeah, really interesting. Maybe he's just potentially thinking he probably doesn't want to fail a leaf pump, because I guess if you do fail that leaf pump at any point, then it's like, well, I guess I'm just doing this all over again.
Yeah.
It would be, I'm just thinking about it now, it would be really dumb if there was just a sword behind Needle Rock instead of either Arrow Mail or Hyrule, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see in a little bit.
Is there grapple there? Yeah.
Yeah, cool one to know. But normally I feel like my win's in a cool spot for not needing to equip grapple for that, and sometimes I don't even have it when I'm there.
True. Alright, so Fig fighting the bird. Sir Kilp getting his light arrows, which he knows are light arrows.
Yep. Taking the long trip up to the top of the Helmrock King fight, just to go all the way back down in a few seconds.
Kilp opting to use ice arrows on the Magtails, which is an interesting strat, but maybe it's because the keys were right by him, because when you do the A action command to one-shot the Magtails, the keys can like knock you out of the air when you're about to stab them, so maybe he wanted to avoid that scenario.
Yeah, it's not a fun time when that just keeps happening. Just sitting there like, yeah, cool, great.
Again, first try storage. I swear, like, getting that storage spot, I don't know why, it just seems like everyone just gets it, like, super easy every time.
Specifically that one, too. Yeah, getting knocked into the lava in Fire Mountain from the keys, from doing the parry attack.
Yep.
Super cool.
Yep. Fig on
the table.
Okay.
That was so hype.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Bird?
Copium.
Copium? It's there. He's here. Let's go.
Everyone is here.
I think Fig should get some bonus race time points for landing on the table.
Nice
Never seen that before.
The cutscene just showed nothing, which is pretty hype.
Fig not doing the spin attacks. No. Fair, because I feel like this can be more cool if you just want to mash the hammer button.
Yeah. Okay, so it makes the most sense, I feel like, from here, since he already finished off Windfall. If he hadn't finished off Windfall, I think Master Sword Chamber Gamble would be the play, but since he already did all of Windfall and literally only has Needle Rock on his overworld left, I think it makes the most sense for him to go to Needle Rock, check Arrow Mail, and then go inside, in my opinion. I think that makes the most sense.
I feel like that is the safest thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any location at this point for this is, except for Arrow Mail. I feel like that one would have been cool, but either Needle Rock or Hyrule is going to be,
And again, that Moblins, which led to nothing. Yeah, we're looking for one sword still, which there is 3 checks left for where the sword can possibly be.
Yep.
Interesting, like, just a random interesting thing that Kilp doesn't have any pearls, which is interesting.
I think he might have Furore, and he might have just not checked it, question mark.
I looked at his file select and it didn't show any pearls.
Oh, well.
Fig warping here to check mail, that's... I mean, if it's on the mail, this is faster than going to Needle Rock.
This will end up being faster if it ends up being this, but
I'm just surprised that he didn't go to Needle Rock since there is a mailbox, unless he just didn't think about the fact there's a mailbox there, because that's not a common mailbox you use.
Yeah. It was the sword!
Alright, Fig is better than me. Anyways.
Man. Yeah, so doing Helmarock much earlier, like basically whenever you get Hammer, would have been a huge play. I guess we'll still be finding out what is at Needle Rock since Kilp's doing it. Maybe it's Hero's Charm. I guess he wouldn't open the chest if it's Hero's Charm, but it'd be cool if he did.
Maybe we could, for the next build of the rando, we could add in a special chest for Hurricane Spin, Hero's Charm, Magic Armor.
Yeah.
Where it's just like the most crazy, cool looking chest ever.
Yeah. It'd be super hype.
And it has like a gravitational pull that pulls you towards it, so you have to open it.
Yeah, required to open it. It also automatically equips Hero's Charm. Big skipping barrier skip.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but...
And... Okay, I get his hammer. And let's see. Sir Kilps on the overworld still has Pig, Cabana inside 2 chests, Fire and Ice, and Moblin Slider, I believe, at Windfall, and then he has Forsaken Fortress, which I think he only did Phantom again, and then he left. Is my understanding, and his tracker says that as well.
Yeah. Unfortunate that the Wind Temple early gamble did not pay off for Kilp, because if there was something amazing in there, that probably could have saved him going in there early.
I think the only way that would have paid off, in my opinion, is if we didn't have Forsaken Fortress as the other dungeon, and if Hammer was optional. Then it could have been a play if like Wind Temple was like loaded or something, or like if he was in the scenario of I need like one other shard and like Hammer to get into Wind Temple, and in theory if we didn't have Helmarock King to deal with, then it would make more sense.
Yeah.
But so
would have been super spicy, super cool.
Yeah, so we are, I mean, it's Fig and Hyrule. Sir Kilp still needs to do some more things, so it is. That was really fast.
Yeah.
The sound, that wasn't on my end, right? The sound of Phantom Ganon getting obliterated was like all weird there, right?
Yeah, if they all spawn at once and you just shoot the one that's behind you, they're like all still like doing their like sounds at once, and it just stops the light arrow sound, which is cool.
It sounds so strange.
Yeah, because it's just silent, and then Phantom Ganon's gone.
Yeah, so it's looking like this is going to be going to a Game 3 this time around, unless if Fig's Wii notoriously explodes for some reason.
Yeah, and his OBS crashes, and his computer, like, disintegrates.
Yeah.
That would be some wild thing to have happened.
Yeah, otherwise it's most likely looking like it's set.
Or Fig could die on Puppet Ganon for, like, 30-ish minutes.
True.
Maybe a little bit less than that.
Yeah. Maybe Takuri from Majora's Mask flies into the Puppet Ganon room and steals Fig's sword, and he has to go get the swords again.
True, yeah, he has to just go back and get all of them. He also... It ends up stealing all of his swords, so he has to find the first one somewhere in the seed that we start with. Oh,
okay.
Pretty fast PG-1, so...
Yeah. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Takuri, I am 99% sure is the name of the bird in Termina Field in Majora's Mask that is nearby the Milk Road entrance that will, like, steal your sword or your bottle if it, like, touches you.
Although I'm completely on board with calling it Tim Curry.
We could call him that.
Not getting the snipe on PG2, but could still get the second one. Potentially.
No, not out of the books yet.
Oh, alright, well, it is now.
Oh, anyways. And we're still climbing. Kilp at the top. Ready to smash. Oh, the side swipe.
The side swipe would have been hype. The animation for the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. The animation for the side swipe, like, hammer in this game is super good.
Yeah, I love it. Especially on mini blends, because they just go, see ya. Like, woo. True.
Yeah, I know Spider-Face can get stuck on, like, the things above that you, like, walk on, like the rafters or whatever. And you just, like, need to move, so it'll start actually going down. Oh, it gets caught on the chains. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh.
Takes out of magic, but he has soup.
I think it was hard copiuming that. I know that feel.
Yeah.
I assume he's just gonna equip a bomb, probably, or go for a spin attack. You know, and the scary thing, like, as the runners right now, and like neither one has any concept of where the other one might be at.
Yeah.
I feel like Kilp might be like a little more spooked just because he knows that he like multi-dipped DRC and didn't have a bow at all for Wind Temple, so that like really didn't help him.
Yeah. And also did Earth Temple before Hammer, which again would have been so awesome. But then it just wasn't, because randomizer.
Yeah.
Big. Climbing up the rope, on his way to Myrtle Ganon.
When Kilp I didn't realize Kilp had soup damage for Helmrock King, so got to make quick work of him.
Yeah. Extra fast Helmrock. Alright, easy grapple skip.
Yeah, and thankfully we got no Helmrock King soft locks, because we sure love that.
Yeah, that super cool thing that everyone can totally control.
Alright, and Fig not equipping magic armor. I'm upset.
Probably forgot about it. It's not on his tracker.
True.
Alright, good phase 1 Ganon.
Ganondorf abusing Fig's other self.
True. 2 Zeldas.
Yeah.
Alright. Just needs to reflect the light arrow from Zelda.
Going back towards Ganon. Okay, that was wild. I'm surprised he went that way.
Man.
No, dude, he got clanked on.
So spooky. Just shoot it, Zelda! Oh
Bruh.
my gosh, Zelda!
Damn. Fig's stomach just got caved in from that kick.
Alright. And that is going to be GG's on Fig's side.
Any
138-41.
Fig enjoyers are rejoicing.
Fig enjoyers. GG's. We have Fig on commentary and Kilp on commentary. GG's to both.
Oh.
Hey. Good job.
Why do we get the worst seeds possible?
Right? Yeah. We realizing that every bow, every bow was behind Leaf, but each bow was required for the last one.
Yeah.
So super neat. Yeah. Kilp going in. Kilp, you doing the early Earth Temple was wild. Oh my gosh, early whatever dungeon it is. Early Tower of the Gods was wild. Yeah, like when we saw that, we were like, this could be the play of the century if there's like a bow in here, and then it just had 2 shards.
Like, I thought it was kind of cool, and like I had a terrible beginning, so I was like, if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna have to make some big plays.
Yeah,
I was like, Wind Temple could very likely have a bow.
Fair.
Yep. And the randomizer was a randomizer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting, Kilp, that you didn't end up going back to DRC after getting Leaf. I'm just curious, like, what your mindset was behind that, because I just know you went back there a lot later than what we thought you were going to do.
Well, you see, I'm a very stubborn person, and when I went into it the first time, and it was required first key behind Leaf, I didn't like it. So then when I got Leaf, I was like, no, I'm going and getting a bow first and then coming back.
Huh.
And then I last location DRC because I wanted the bow.
Yeah, I also would have done the same thing, which, really cool that they were all basically through DRC. Super cool.
I didn't think it was that cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm curious, Kilp, like getting to the big key chest, like the side hop strat, do you know how to do it, or were you just like one of those situations of, oh, I know you can do this, let's see if I can pull it out real quick?
Oh, I can do it. I tried it once, and then I forgot to reset my spawn to that door, so I was like, I'm not gonna get it in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, I also would have thought the same thing if I tried doing that in the situation. I did write this down, and I'm gonna ask it regardless of what Fig's gonna say. What are your thoughts on pigs, Fig?
They're hype.
Cool. I'm glad that was the answer we got. They're hype with a question mark.
I'm just like trying to figure out what the context of this is. Like if something happened with the pig.
Nothing at all. I called you. I called you Pig instead of Fig because you were going to Big Pig, and we were talking about all sorts of stuff. It was a great time.
Yeah, we were having fun when Fig was making the pig dig up as a pig for Fig.
Yeah, Big Pig digging up for Fig. Yeah, this was a seed. I'm amazed that every bow was needed for like the previous bow, or every bow is locked behind the last bow. That was probably the dumbest thing of the seed. And Wind Temple, Maggie's letter and both Picto boxes having nothing was like super dumb for Wind Temple to do. Like that.
Dude,
man.
I was like, okay, Maggie's letter's in there, so at least I'll get something that's possibly good. And then I got both Picto boxes, and all of it was dead. It was so frustrating.
Yeah. I would have been very upset in your situation because you go in there thinking there could be a bow, and then you're getting all these other things. Oh, this could be bow too, and they're all nothing. It's so like, what a dumb situation, man. Yeah, bow placement I think was like the worst part of the seed.
Yeah. And it was so troll, especially knowing at the start that, okay, will get light arrows from Fire Mountain, and then it was so linear for how you had to get your bows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And especially the fact that your first bow was in the dark room in Dragon Roost, so you couldn't even like get a bow and then do backwards if you wanted to. It's like, well, at that point, we just have to go forwards.
Yeah, and it was basically a required forward if you... I mean, you could have done the... Or no, you couldn't have, never mind. Yeah, it was a required forward. No, listen to me, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the seed like worked out with the way that I play, which is like I still do things out of logic, but I also stay in logic a lot. And usually it bites me in the ass, but this time it just kind of worked.
Yeah,
But,
staying
yeah.
more in logic with specifically the seed ended up being pretty neat. Though,
Yeah.
again, if Wind Temple had a bow, it would have been such a crazy thing for Kilp to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember also when Fig went to, I believe the deed was on the small island chest, I think, at Forest Haven, and at the time you like had delivery bag and grapple hook. Crazy we started with it, what a concept. And I was thinking, oh, Fig can we learn or hammerless cabana just before this? I wonder if he's gonna go for it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I took your advice, which was if hammer is required for the seed anyway, just wait for it, and I did.
Yeah,
It's
definitely worth just because of how much slower hammerless cabana is.
Yeah.
yeah, unless like cabana has something like crazy inside it, or you just get turbo lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
It was also crazy. I don't know why I didn't go and beat Hammerrock King like right away so that I could have checked Arrow Mail. I would have saved minutes probably, but I was just so focused on Windfall having 10 things at the very end. I was like, yo, I'm trying to go do all that right now.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair because you just have everything there and you're able to do all of it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and then at the very end, when you beat Helmrock King, you only had like Arrow Mail, Needle Rock, and Master Sword Chamber, and I was like, oh, perfect. Fig can go to Needle Rock, check the mail, and then go and do Needle Rock, and then you just go and say, nah, Forest Haven mail.
Yeah, I like, as I was doing all the Windfall stuff, I was like, it's gonna be on Arrow Mail, isn't it? And I was like, I'm just gonna check that right away. And I was like, what's the fastest mailbox? All right, just go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a seed. But that means there's a game 3. Woo!
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
And to make it extra spicy, if we can't race tomorrow, I will have to do the race at Butter's house this weekend.
Woohoo!
True.
So we'll see what scheduling looks like, but
Oh man, yeah, tomorrow's just packed. Can't make it at all. Sorry.
Yeah. We can have Fig sitting in my chair racing, and I'll just be like leaning over him, like yelling into my mic.
Oh, you should commentate it. That'd be
Yeah.
great. Fig
Yeah.
commentates the whole race
10 minutes
while he's
behind.
there. Yeah, that'd be so good.
Yeah. So, okay, so about 10 minutes ago, I did this, and this is why.
Well, I believe that's all we have. GG's again to both of you.
Thanks.
Hype game 3.
That was good to watch.
Hopefully we can have a really jet seed to make up for the absolute horrendous seeds we've had the last 2 races.
Yeah, actually, maybe a cool one next time, please. Thanks.
Who rolls the best seeds? I'm not up to date on the season 5 rolling stats, but like who rolls the best seeds? We need to get them.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. I don't think anyone that's supposed to roll seeds for the tourney races has rolled a hype one, and not Trez. Especially not Trez.
All right, are we good to wrap up?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I think so.
All right, so I want to thank our runners, Fig and Sir Kilp. Thank you for the awesome race. It was a lot of fun to watch. Looking forward to game 3. Thank you to our commentators, Armageddon and Butterlord. I got the shout-out thing working in chat, so please give them a follow. And, of course, follow our runners and our trackers, Snacks. Everyone did a fantastic job. Coming up later tonight on ZSR Main, we have a Zelda 2 randomizer tournament match between PKT Patrick and Level Engine. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Right now, we're going to go raid Mirai. They're doing a quote-unquote jank restream of another Zelda 2 randomizer tournament match between Devious RNG and Pickles and Beer, so we're going to go give them our support. And with that, thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful time, and have a fantastic rest of your night. Bye!
See ya.
See ya.